Instead of today going to the beach, I'm just on my balcony because I have other stuff to do too. But I still wanted to do this video. So, as I told in the previous video, I just turned 20. Yeehaw! And on Wednesday, when it was my birthday, I did some journaling and wrote 20 things that I learned in my life, or actually most things I've learned recently, but I did the same thing last year. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. Today I'm gonna cover 3 things. So, first thing is what I've talked a lot recently. Happiness only exists in the now. And well, this I also discovered from the book The Mountain Is You. And where was it? Yeah, I think so, yes. Yeah, it was. I notice nowadays when I'm surrounded by people or in some situation that other people are not being present and not focusing on the like good things that you can find from that moment. I get anxious with them, even though I didn't have any reason to be anxious about. And this is such a, like, it's domino effect, you know, like is it domino, the thing that like falls and then like all the things fall. So I think that like you, me, us, like everybody should have their own input of really enjoying the moment and being present so that we can cultivate it and actually all be in that mode and not go into the anticipating all the time to what's coming. This is also in my acting. Like our teacher always says, don't anticipate, like be present in your character and actually respond to what your, for example, scene partner is saying, and don't anticipate already because you just know that you have a line you have to say next. Also, like when I on Wednesday, on my birthday, after being sad the morning and a little bit bummed that it didn't go as I wanted, but then I really just focused on every single minute that I had with myself and appreciating every single little thing in that moment. That I was sitting on the living room drinking my tea and the sun was hitting my face and I was journaling, being comfy. Like, yeah, it's not maybe the most wow birthday, but in the moment I felt very happy because I wasn't lacking anything in that moment, you know? When you break moments into small pieces, you realize that you have everything in that second or minute. Next thing, this I learned during the summer when I was working from my boss, and when I had a bad day, she would say this to me because I was stressing a lot. A bad day, week, month, year doesn't mean it's a bad life. And I added myself. She would say that, and I added now to myself that you always have the choice to take the power back to you and redirect your thoughts from that moment. Yeah, I mean, it's so true. Like we start worrying about things like the past, something that happened, something that didn't go as you expected, and then you dwell on it a lot. What happened to me, like, I talked about this in the previous vlog too, that I had a bad moment that lasted 5 minutes in acting class, and I beaten myself up for it for 2 days because I didn't meet my expectations. Even though I've been doing a lot of work to not to be perfectionist and give myself a break, sometimes I still fall into that. But the good thing is that I'm conscious of those moments, and I was, in the end, I was able to redirect my thoughts and be like, okay, like, Emma, it was a bad moment, like, and it wasn't even that bad. I just thought it was bad, but probably other people didn't even think like that. It was just the perception of myself and the perception of what I thought other people would think of me. So I was just digging myself deep on the ground with no way back. But there's always a way back, because you can always crawl to another direction and come to the surface. I saw this TikTok that you shouldn't spend more than 5 minutes dwelling on something if it's not gonna affect you in 5 years. Like, if in 5 years you're not gonna even remember that thing, or like you can't even see, really, I mean, like, yes, everything has a reason, everything like kind of affects everything, but you know, like in a bigger scale, like if you're not gonna notice that, oh, that thing that I forgot my school books, it's not gonna affect you in 5 years, why would you beat up yourself for, I don't know, forgetting to do a homework or getting one bad grade in an exam? Like those type of things, you know. So yeah, I think it's a really good rule. Like, it shows you how tiny that thing is, and it doesn't actually really matter. Okay, then last thing, feel the feelings, even the negative ones, unless you don't. Oh, I was like, okay, my dyslexia, I can't even read my writing. Feel the feelings, even the negative ones, unless you don't, you'll not be able to let go. Okay, I just hadn't put a comma, so it was a little bit hard to read. Yeah, because you know, our bodies restore that feeling somewhere, and this is from the book The Mountain Is You, that if you don't feel your feelings, you're gonna end up like 101 notifications unopened. Like, at least for me, it's so unsatisfying when I see that I have, for example, my email inbox, like I have notifications that I haven't opened up. Like, it looks so unsatisfying, and then it's so hard to go through them and actually find something like meaningful, or you lose there something meaningful. Imagine having emotions in that way, that you haven't opened your notifications and felt your emotions. Imagine what it's gonna do to you. And like, why would you do that? Why? Because okay, now I'm gonna read you something you need to know. We often store, this is from the book, not a quote, but you know, like citation, I think it's citation, maybe. We often store pain and tension in the area of the body where an expression began, but was never fully materialized. So you had a feeling, because like every feeling like comes from somewhere in the body, So neurologically speaking, the part of your brain that regulates emotions, the anterior regulate, is next to the premotor area, which means that when a feeling is processed, it immediately begins to generate a physical bodied response. The premotor area connects to the motor cortex and then spans back to the specific muscles that are going to express the emotions. But if you don't, that's when you get pain. So, when someone has stomach pain, that is usually connected to fear. So, if you suffer a lot from stomach pain, think about, is there something that you maybe fear subconsciously? And stress and anxiety is shoulders. So the saying, to let weight go off your shoulders or something along those lines. It's because of that. Because when you're stressed, we put our shoulders like this because we are protecting the neck area, because this is a very fragile area, to a vital area to keep safe. And of course these can go crisscross. Also throat, that is also connected to stress and anxiety. And I think also because when I was sick, I lost my voice. I couldn't speak for 2 days. I was literally silent for 2 days. Imagine me being silent for 2 days. I did not speak a word. My family FaceTimed me on my birthday, and I had to type everything because I couldn't speak. But I think that why I lost my voice, it was connected to the emotion, because I was beating myself up the days before. I was feeling very insecure, and shitty about myself, not feeling worthy, and I it was definitely connected to me losing my voice the day after, because it literally started hurting me on Tuesday evening, and then I couldn't sleep the whole night because it hurt so bad, and then in the morning I didn't have voice. But then it went away when I did meditation. I drank a bunch of ginger tea, but I did meditation and cleansing, and I put my crystals here. This is also the throat chakra. So it was mind and body were connected. So if you are that type of person who doesn't you're oh, I'm not actually emotional, honey, it actually means that you're not feeling your feelings. We are all emotional beings. We all have emotions. It's not a choice you have that you either feel emotions or not. Either you feel them or you hide them, and then it's gonna be manifested in your body in some other way or in your mind. So have the choice to feel them and not let them be stuck in your body, because there's no way to go around them. That's the thing. In some way they are gonna appear. So you rather do it in that moment when you get that emotion, because also it's not when you feel an emotion, then you're that you're never gonna get into the peace state, or that you're just gonna keep feeling emotions, going deeper. You go deeper and the more negative, and there's never gonna find you're never gonna find peace. But actually, yes, you are gonna find peace when you finally make the decision of feeling all the emotions, all the negative and positive emotions. When you do that of course, it's not the hardest decision is to feel the negative ones. So when you make the decision of feeling them, you are gonna like get into the end of the tunnel and see actually light and peace, and you're gonna feel so powerful. When I did the meditation on Wednesday, I did a shower meditation. I visualized that all the water that was like, when you shower, there's some water usually. So like I was rinsing myself from all the negative emotions. I was feeling all the emotions, and I did EFT and I cried. And I felt everything. And actually, I didn't do the EFT on that day because I didn't have voice. What did I do? I journaled. That's when I cried. Yeah, I journaled. That's when I cried. Yeah, I did EFT the day before and I cried. Yeah, but crying helps. It really does. So yeah, feel your emotions. I'm never gonna stop talking about this. I've said this multiple times. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's really important. So yeah, these were the 3 things of this video's topic, and I'm gonna make this a series 2 now. I'm gonna incorporate some things from the book The Mountain Is You, because there's not that much things anymore, and keep exploring them with these things that I've learned in my 20 years. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see on the next video on Sunday. Bye.